हेलो फ्रेंड्स, चाय पी लो। कैसे हैं सब लोग? देखो जो है हमारी लड़की की पिक्चर आई है, नैनी हैंकू क्या है, हैंकू फॉर कमिंग है उसका नाम। मैंने तो 4 बार देख के आ हूं, मैंने बड़े हाथ करी है और जो है थोड़ा बहुत रोना भी आया मुझे। तो मैं तो बस यही कहूंगी कि थोड़ा सा वक्त निकाल लो और जाके देख लो, बहुत मजा आने वाला है। नटी नटी बातें भी हो रखी है तो मैंने तो अडल्ट करनी है ना भाई, बच्चे को मतलब हाँ अलाउड नहीं है। चाय वाय पिए टाइम से, जो है जितनी मन करे उतनी पियो यार, 4-5 कप पियो। चाय से बड़ा सुकून मिलता है मुझे तो। हैं, आप भी अपना ख्याल रखो, ये नहीं कि दूसरों का ख्याल रखने में लगे हुए हैं।
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have a very special guest, Dolly Singh. You have seen her in her YouTube videos. Now she's there at the silver screen as well. Dolly, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18.
Thank you so much for having me, actually. It feels really nice, and what a beautiful introduction.
Lovely, lovely, Dolly. First of all, congratulations for thank you for coming. We have been seeing all the promotional videos, all 5 power packed ladies there. How does it feel? What do you have to say about the massive success and achievement that you have just got?
Honestly, feels very surreal, but I think my happiness is kind of visible. Like I'm not able to contain it. It's been such a obviously like a dream come true because I've always wanted to be there. So finally, film aa gayi hai, and it's being received very well. The reviews are quite nice, and people have said nice things about me and my character. So that feels kind of unreal. And the fact that we did this over the last 2 years, and it took so much patience and so much effort. I think it's all kind of like coming together very well. And I'm just really happy right now. Like it's just been so wonderful to work, and especially with the girls, like all 5 of us have really come close, especially during the promotions. So I kind of miss them also. Now these last 2-3 days I'm waking up and not going on like to meet them. So it's a different, suddenly a different schedule, but just I think the reviews and the responses and the DMs are filled with a lot of love. So it feels great.
Definitely. And as you were talking about the bond between 5 of you becoming stronger than before, were there any struggles behind the scene? Can we know something about that as well?
I think there were no struggles, yeah, honestly, because see, from the get-go, I feel like Bhumi especially was just so friendly. She never let us feel that मैं star हूँ, मैं इस movie की lead हूँ, or that I have more experience than you, or you're any less. Like we never felt that. Like from our chemistries, and we also like me and Shivani had a 15-day workshop to kind of work on our characters and work with Bhumi because Karan, like our director Karan Bulani, he was very particular that the friendship should be oozing out of you guys. It should not look forced. It should not look fake. So we had to really chill together and, kind of actually become friends first. And
Right.
Shivani and I were already friends, and then Bhumi came in, and it was wonderful to work with her. And she was 100% like, she would always hype us up. And you know how girls generally are, that girl energy was there. And I don't know
Right.
why there's a stereotype that girls can't be friends or they can't work together, because it was such a smooth ride. And even with Shanaz, the first day she was on set, she played a prank on us that मैं सबका face पढ़ लेती हूँ and I can tell your future, and all of us were like going to her like, tell us our future. And then later during the promotion, she tells us that, oh, it was a lie.
Oh.
So, but that's how the ice was broken with all of us, and we all had such a fun time, and especially during the promotion because all 5 of us were together, and Kusha was also there. I think it was just like overall such a fun vibe. Every morning we would meet all dressed up, and we were like, "Tera outfit kitna acha hai? Tera outfit kitna acha hai?" Like it was a lot of fun.
Right, even people were watching, they were looking at the dresses that you guys were wearing, and they were commenting about the dresses also. When
Yeah.
we come to commenting about the dresses, there is something that, we have been seeing, especially after pandemic, which is online trollers. Do you have any word for them?
Yeah, when online trollers kind of, take you down for your outfit or anything, I personally feel like it's an achievement now. Because अगर कोई इंसान, पहली बात तो मुझे उनके लिए बुरा लगता है. Like now my perspective is very much like I feel some kind of pity for them, कि आपके पास कोई और काम नहीं है. आप बैठ के स्क्रीन के पीछे किसी के लिए ऐसा लिख रहे हैं या कुछ भी लिख रहे हैं, आपके पास सच में कोई और काम नहीं. बिकॉज मैं तो यहाँ पे काम कर रही हूँ, मजे कर रही हूँ, पैसे बना रही हूँ, करियर बना रही हूँ. सो आई एम एक्चुअली सैड फॉर यू दैट यू आर सिटिंग बिहाइंड एंड राइटिंग सम रैंडम कमेंट्स. यार काम कर लो, कुछ अपने लिए भी कर लो, बी अ लिटिल मोर सेल्फिश. इतना सेल्फलेस होके हमें ज्ञान देने से आपको कुछ मिलेगा नहीं, और हमें तो फर्क पड़ नहीं रहा बिकॉज you know, we are wearing the best of designers. We are being styled by, you know, a great team of stylists. Queen Riya Kapoor is sitting and making sure our outfits are great. So, you know,
Right.
for us, it's like all the girls were really feeling it. So, I feel like चाहे आपको वो outfit समझ में आए ना आए, that's okay. You can keep your opinion to yourself, and it's okay to have a different opinion. But all of us really had a lot of fun. Like, I have always loved fashion growing up. So for me,
Yes.
it was really like a moment to feel myself being dressed in the best designers in the country, even internationally. It was such an experience, you know.
Definitely. And since we are talking about styling, we all remember your show Spill the Sass. You started off with that. You're a YouTuber
Yeah,
as well. And you know, you have always been very vocal about your fashion game. You're a student of NIFT, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, I am.
Then, you know,
Look, actually, yeah, some people don't remember that or don't know that I used to do fashion back in the day.
yeah.
And sometimes I feel like they don't want people to try anything new. उनको इतना
Hmm.
धक्का लग जाता है. Like अभी recently for one of my Delhi premieres, I styled myself and I wore this lungi skirt, you know.
Yes,
And
yes,
it's
yes.
from a great brand. It's human, and they've made a lungi skirt. And I love that vibe. I feel like
Hmm.
it also is you're taking your Indian kind of like culture in a way and wearing it and making it street style and fun. एंड ऑल्सो मुझे लगता है मेरे लुंगी पहनने से आपको क्यों दर्द हो रहा है तो मुझे तो समझ नहीं आया क्योंकि मुझे तो वो लुंगी पहन के बहुत मजा आया एंड आई
Right.
लव द कमेंट्स ऑल्सो कि पापा की लुंगी पहन ली है ये तो मेरे पापा की लुंगी तुमने ले ली एंड आई वाज लाइक हाँ मैंने ले ली वापस कर दूंगी यू नो फाइन आई लव दोस काइंड ऑफ कमेंट्स आई एम फाइन विद
Right, right. Let's talk about you having an image of, you know, girl next door, because you are someone who have already made content which is too relatable to people. We feel, you know, we are just looking at somebody who is speaking out about our household issues. Now, since you have started working with big celebrities, now you're sharing screen, you're there at the silver screen. Has the trajectory or the attitude has changed a little bit to see the life in a different manner?
आई मीन see obviously your standard of life kind of not because of working with big stars. I feel like obviously the kind of place that I used to come from, the life standard and the just standard of living has changed because I earn a certain kind of money. I'm, you know, trying to make a career. So that has obviously a little bit has changed. Although if I show you around my house right now, itna ceiling hai mere ghar mein. I can't. So I feel like there's obviously a few things will change, and you know, people are very quick to be like, "Badi badal gayi ho tum." But I definitely, one thing I definitely try is to keep true to my roots, not lose myself, because I think if that would hurt me also to suddenly change my ways of thinking or change my ways of reacting to certain things. तो वो तो खैर नहीं हुआ है. हाँ, जैसे वो बोलते हैं ना अच्छे कपड़े पहनने लगी हूँ, अच्छा मेकअप अब हो जाता है because you can afford makeup people and you can afford those stylists. But apart from that, like दिल मेरा अभी भी वही है. And abhi bhi wo choti choti cheezein, you know, they give me a lot of happiness, and I'm still very connected to my roots and my parents, and my end goal is always to kind of make them proud. So I'm hoping I'm not changed in those ways, you know. Although जो society का change वाला नजरिया होता है वो कुछ अलग ही होता है. उनकी नजरों में तो अगर आप अपनी life में अच्छा कर रहे हैं तो आप बदल गए हैं और चलने लग जाता है. तो उस हिसाब से तो I don't see it. I feel like if they tell you that you've changed, it's a compliment. If anybody from your relatives or your friends, old friends, you know, are telling you, oh, you've changed a lot, I would love to take that as a compliment. So in that sense, I've not really changed, and I would not like to, because I feel like I like relating with people. I like talking about the things that they go through, and I don't want to lose that touch from them, because I feel like that's where me and my audience kind of meet, that we can connect on certain things. So I don't want to definitely shut that door that up to मैं unreachable, untouchable, you know, वो हो गई हूँ कि अब तो आप मुझसे बात भी नहीं कर सकते. तो वो तो मैं definitely नहीं चाहती.
Right. And the Raju Ki Mommy character that you play, we all love it. Your fans are like everywhere. Like, you know, Dolly Raju Ki Mommy की तरह इसको देखा है. We have seen you doing that with Ranbir Kapoor also. What is the
Yeah.
reaction in general that you get? And where did the idea of Raju Ki Mommy actually come from?
Raju Ki Mommy was very random. You know, one day we back at IDEVA, उस time पे हम scripts नहीं लिखते थे. We didn't have time to write scripts, and we were not like script writers or actors. We were just normal article writers, and I was a junior stylist. So we used to just get in front of the camera, think of some ideas, and just start rambling on the screen, you know. And one day I had the idea that I told my director that ऐसा करते हैं कि जब guests घर पे आते हैं तो मम्मियाँ कैसे react करती है, you know, एकदम बदल जाती है मम्मी. तो सबने अपना अपना मम्मी का वर्जन किया और मैंने भी अपनी मम्मी का एक वर्जन किया ऑफ हाउ शी रिएक्ट्स व्हेन गेस्ट्स आर ओवर। और आई थिंक उस वीडियो में ऑल्दो देयर वर मेनी अदर गर्ल्स, बट लोगों को वो एक कैरेक्टर जो मैंने किया वो बहुत ज्यादा पसंद आया। एंड विच इज वाई माई डायरेक्टर संटू मिश्रा ही थॉट कि इसको एक अलग से वीडियो बनाना शुरू करते हैं। तो हमने फिर पहली वीडियो ट्राई करी, थैंकफुली इट गॉट रिसीव्ड वेरी वेल। उसके बाद फिर हमने वो राजू की मम्मी जो है स्ट्रीक शुरू किया। एंड राजू की मम्मी इसलिए भी क्योंकि आई फील लाइक मैंने ये देखा था कि हमारे गली मोहल्लों में मम्मियों के नाम कोई आपस में इतना नहीं बोलता है। ये इसकी मम्मी, उसकी मम्मी, इसकी मम्मी, मतलब सब एक दूसरे की, मतलब बच्चों के नाम से आप जानते हैं और बोलते हैं, यू नो। सो आई वाज लाइक इनको कोई नाम नहीं देते, इनको राजू की मम्मी ही बुलवाते हैं। And I think I had a good run with it because so many celebrities I worked with because of that, and people like you said still know me for Raju Ki Mommy, so it was wonderful. But एक टाइम पे मुझे बीच में बदलना भी पड़ा था because like अब मुझे ना राजू की मम्मी थोड़ा बंद करना पड़ेगा। एक तो मुझे अलाउड भी नहीं था खैर, बट इवन इफ इट वाज अलाउड आई वाज लाइक यार, क्योंकि मुझे ना मम्मी के ऑडिशन आ रहे थे क्या मम्मी का रोल कर लो, मम्मी का रोल कर लो। यार मैं मम्मी अभी नहीं बनी हूँ, मैं उस एज में अभी नहीं पहुंची हूँ, एंड थोड़ा मुझे कुछ और रोल भी करने हैं, मतलब सिर्फ मम्मी मम्मी नहीं कर सकती। तो उस वजह से मुझे थोड़ा सा ना इंडस्ट्री को समझाने के लिए कि मैं सिर्फ मम्मी वाले रोल नहीं और चीजें भी कर सकती हूँ, मुझे थोड़ी टाइम राजू की मम्मी को टाटा बाय बाय बोलना पड़ा। बट आई मीन people still love her, you know. Every time I'm out somewhere and you know I meet people or if I have DMs, like they always remember Raju Ki Mommy, so that actually feels great because it's also inspired by my mom, so bada special sa lagta hai.
Since that's your iconic character, I would request you to answer your next question in the similar manner as Raju Ki Mommy wala character.
I have to get a dupatta. Raju Ki Mommy can't be looking like this and doing this.
It's okay.
One second. Or
Raju
should we
Ki
do
Mommy
this at the end?
yeah, we'll do it at the end, but Raju Ki Mommy has to spill sass, as you are, famously known to do that. My next question to you, since we are talking about societal norms as well, when the script first came to you, all right, it talks about very sensitive issue. It talks about self-love. It talks about something that is seen as a taboo in our society, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel that there could be a risk on your image if you choose to talk about such topics out in the open in a society which still has some orthodox norms continuing, right? So what were your thoughts when you saw the script?
See, साक्षी, पहले तो हमें स्क्रिप्ट नहीं मिलती थी। You know, I've done such teeny tiny roles कि आपको स्क्रिप्ट कभी मिलती ही नहीं है, आपको बस वो सीन पकड़ा दिया जाता है और आपको उतना करना पड़ता है। इसमें भी शुरुआत ऐसी हुई थी दैट आपको सिनॉप्सिस दिया गया है और आपको अपने एक दो सीन जो आप ऑडिशन पे ऑडिशन दे रहे हो तो आपको पहले एक मिलता है, फिर आप एक क्रॉस करते हो तो आपको एक और मिल जाता है। तो ऐसे करके थोड़ा आइडिया तो था ऑब्वियसली कि मूवी किस बारे में है, बट जब स्क्रिप्ट फाइनली मिली और जब हम लॉक हो चुके थे और स्क्रिप्ट आपको पकड़ाई गई, एंड पहली बात तो पहली बार हाथ में स्क्रिप्ट देख के ही बड़ा अच्छा लगा था। एंड सेकंड इज कि वो स्क्रिप्ट क्योंकि दो लड़कियों ने लिखी है, राधिका आनंद एंड प्रशस्ति सिंह, वो दैट स्क्रिप्ट हैड सो मच लाइफ इन इट, यू नो। एंड एज अ वुमन I was just like every page I was like, oh shit, this is me, this is me, this is me, this is my story, you know. So I feel like so many things I could relate to, and of course female pleasure and orgasm is the central part of the story, but there's so many layers to that story because that is used as a metaphor. That is not the only thing that women are looking for, obviously. You know, we have so much to fight for, so much to struggle with, so many norms to break every day. So I feel like it kind of wrapped, you know, itself in those things and those stereotypes and tried to fight them. So I loved that story. So for sure, I wanted to, you know, participate in it. And I think I really didn't think so much on the fact कि कैसा लगेगा, लोग कैसे react करेंगे, because even with my own content, I have been talking about so many things. Like I make this series called How Aunties Talk About Sex. And use, you know, how I've seen like my mother or anybody like my neighbor aunties would talk about sex in such hush hush and like code words, you know, and बच्चों को भगा देंगे बाहर, that you leave the room, you know. And so everybody talks about it, it's just we all have different ways to talk about it. तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि ओ सडनली हमारे कल्चर में से ये वो हो गया है, गलत हो गया है। सारे तुम गांव चले जाओ, if I go to my villages, the kind of folk songs sometimes, you know, when they have those naughty, like शादी से पहले एक दो रात में ना सारी औरतें बड़े naughty naughty गाने गाते हैं। So all of this is there. It's just you put so much taboo around certain topics and subjects that it's like if men are making the same movies when Vicky Donor came, or Sumangal Sadhan, which Bhumi has also done, when there's a man kind of doing it in the forefront or being the face of it, it's okay to talk about penises and, you know, these things. Suddenly, if a woman wants to talk about her vagina and orgasms, it's such a big problem. So I think as a woman, I also feel very strongly for these concepts and feel very strongly that we should talk about them in the open and there should be no shame. So मैं आती हूँ हाँ ऐसे घर से जहाँ पे ये सब बातें नहीं होती and there's a lot of shame attached to it. So I was very awkward about my parents watching it. मैंने उनको नहीं बताया कहानी क्या है क्या नहीं है, उन्होंने खैर पूछा भी नहीं and I'm sure ट्रेलर देख के उन्हें समझ में तो आ ही गया था. And I took them to watch the film and I was hoping कि ये ना बस चुपचाप बेचारे बैठ के देख लेंगे और ज्यादा कुछ बोलेंगे नहीं. But they were sitting right beside me and they were so involved. My mom was reacting to everything and openly reacting. She had no shame. And I think, comedy is also such a good medium to sometimes say some important things without making it like, oh my God, ye kya bol diya? To normalize certain things. And I think that's what the movie does. कि बहुत आराम से प्यार से jokes के साथ वो आपको कुछ चीजें समझा के चली जाती है. And that's what the beauty of that film is. So I think I felt really a lot for the cause and the kind of script it was. So I would have been stupid to kind of say no to this kind of script,
And today is World Mental Health Day as well. Do you have any word for the people out there for mental health as well?
My only thing I tell people is to feel your feelings, because I feel like I have come so late to this. I'm always someone who tries to hide my feelings, I try to hide, like if I'm feeling anxious or something, my first thing I do is just close myself. I don't talk to anyone, I don't share with anyone, and I think that's the kind of the worst thing you can do. Although it can be a process, it still is. I'm still working on it. But I feel like sometimes you need to give yourself time to feel it, process it, whatever your way of reacting is. If you can share it with someone, great. If you can afford therapy, amazing. But I feel like हम बहुत जल्दी कोशिश करते हैं कि ये फीलिंग ही ना फील हो, काम में लगे रहो, बिजी रहो और बस करते रहो, जो कि जरूरी है. Of course, not all of us can suddenly take a छुट्टी and be like, आज तो मैं mental health day छुट्टी लूंगी, because most of us work in regular offices and stuff. So when obviously as an influencer, I can be like, मैं तो आज mental health day छुट्टी ले रही हूँ. But सब लोग नहीं कर सकते, so मुश्किल हो जाता है. But yeah, I think sometimes teeny tiny steps really help. Even if it's a simple thing like making a cup of, chai for yourself, or just giving yourself 5 minutes to just breathe and take it in. Meditation तो नहीं आता है, but जो भी आप कर सकते हो to kind of. Sometimes मुझे तो like if I really need it, मुझे एक दो गाने हैं जो मैं life में मुझे एकदम से turn on नहीं, मतलब मेरे switch on कर देते हैं. My energy comes up, like that song Heer तो बड़ी sad है. Although it's such a sad song, but the beats are so fun. And you're like, हाँ मैं sad हूँ, but मैं करके दिखाऊंगी यार. So I feel like सबको अपने अपने तरीके समझ में आ जाते हैं after a point to how to handle their emotions. But आराम से handle करो. I feel like don't beat yourself over it कि why am I feeling like this यार, मुझे ऐसे मेरे साथ ही क्यों होता है, मैं ऐसी क्यों हूँ. I think हम बहुत ऐसा सोचने लगे, अपने आप को ही गालियां देने लग जाते हैं. That is wrong. I think we should not do that.
Right. Last but not least, when are we seeing you on the silver screen again?
Inshallah, hopefully. I'm hoping that I get more work after this. Abhi to kuch nahi hai mere haath mein. Although I have realized in the last few years that I enjoy writing a lot. I'm writing long form क्योंकि long form content अब Instagram और YouTube पे तो नहीं चलता. YouTube पे फिर भी चल जाता है, Instagram पे तो नहीं चलता. तो मेरी वो जो इच्छा होती है ना long videos लिखने की या कुछ लिखने की, वो अब थोड़ी मुझे कहीं और करनी पड़ रही है. तो I have written a short film or two and I want to make them. So hopefully that will also happen in the next few months, and maybe you'll see me there.
Last, your message in Rajuk Ki Mommy style, because we have been waiting for that.
Oh yeah, let me get my dupatta. Wait.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry, but my dog. Look at me.
It's okay.
What a turn. Anyway, so what should I say?
Yeah, you give out a message for your fans, because we all have been missing Rajuk Ki Mommy. She was busy in her promotional activities.
Yeah, she was taking a back seat. Okay.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, चाय पी लो. कैसे हैं सब लोग? देखो जो है हमारी जिस लड़की की पिक्चर आई है वो नैनी थैंक यू क्या है राजू, क्या है ना, कमिंग. थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग है. हाँ, साक्षी ने बोला थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग है उसका नाम. मैं तो 4 बार देख के आ गई हूँ. मैंने बड़े खास करी है और जो है थोड़ा बहुत रोना भी आया मुझे बहुत. और जिंदगी होती है, क्या कहूँ, इतना बोझ हम जो है लेके चलती है ना औरतें, बाप। तो मैं तो बस यही कहूंगी कि थोड़ा सा वक्त निकाल लो और जाके देख लो, बहुत मजा आने वाला है, बहुत सीखने को मिल जाएगा। और जो है थोड़ी बहुत नाटी नाटी बातें भी हो रखी है, तो मैंने तो अडल्ट वाली है ना बिल, बच्चे को मत लेके, हाँ अलाउड नहीं है। हाँ तो देखना जरूर। और मेंटल हेल्थ की भी मैं थोड़ी बात करना चाहती हूँ। देखो मेंटल हेल्थ से हम सब जूझ रहे हैं, मेरी तो मेंटल हेल्थ जो है गटर में चली गई है, ढूंढ के निकाल के लाऊंगी, बुला किसी को, और जब मेरी मिल जाएगी तो मैं बताऊंगी। पर आप अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ का जो है जरूर ख्याल करें, उन्हें गटर में ना जाने दें। चाय वाय पिए टाइम से, जो है जितनी मन करे उतनी पियो यार, 4-5 कप पियो, चाय से बड़ा सुकून मिलता है मुझे तो। है आप भी अपना ख्याल रखो, ये नहीं कि दूसरों का ख्याल रखने में लगे हुए हैं। आए बड़े, है ना राजू, सही बोलती है ना? हाँ तो बस अपना ख्याल रखो और थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग विद्या।
Amazing, Dolly. Amazing. That was amazing. Thank you so
Now
much.
I'm gonna feel like this only.
That was amazing. I wish we had done the entire interview in this manner.
Next time, there's always a next time, Sakshi.
Yes,
Like
yes.
a full interview in Rajuk Ki Mommy.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Dolly. All the best for the upcoming weeks as well, and for your future plans. We are waiting for those short films also. And
thank
again, congratulations for thank you for coming. We all loved it. And I will wish that, more and more success come to your way. Thank you so much for talking to us.
थैंक यू साक्षी बेटा, खुश रहो, सलामत रहो और मेंटल हेल्थ का ध्यान रखो।
नमस्ते, नमस्ते राजू की मम्मी जी।